do you have any opinions or do you have any thoughts about how you would like to see the NBA come back when it does come back? And have you heard anything in regards to when that might be?
I haven't heard anything. I mean, I've honestly been just sitting around, like I said, trying to like stay active, doing stuff to try to stay in shape, and sitting in the house and just waiting. You know, I haven't been seeking out extra information and trying to figure out all this stuff. You know, like I said, it's more concerning to me to, you know, the people who are out of work and, you know, trying to keep their heads above water. You know, I think about that stuff. And the NBA stuff, you know, when they let us know, they let us know. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. But I think when the season does come back, I feel like it's only right that teams get a chance to make a playoff push like ourselves, give us a chance to get in. Or, you know, some type of tournament style where it's it's fair. I think they should. I mean, it's obviously going to be a different situation than it's ever been. So maybe they should do something that, you know, has never been done, or something that's going to make this year very unique like it already has been. So I think it'll be, you know, they should do something like the NCAA tournament, you know, with every team. Single game elimination all the way up until maybe until the conference finals or something like that. And then it's a 3-game series just so we don't got to start the season off track next year. I mean, I don't know. They could get creative. If there was any time for them to get super creative, and people will be tuned in and excited about it with everything that's going on, I think this is the time.
If you guys are able to come back and restart the season, you obviously have a couple of guys back on the line, Yusuf and Zach. Can you maybe describe your optimism or feelings when you guys do come back of having those guys return?
I mean, you know, to begin with, I might be the most optimistic person in the state of Oregon. But that makes me a lot more optimistic knowing that, you know, not only will they both be back, but it's not like they're coming back right at their targeted date. You know, it's like, okay, we passed both guys' dates. And then there's extra time. You know, there's been extra time added on. And then when we do come back, everybody's going to have a little bit of rust to shake off. So they're going to fit right in with everybody else. It's going to be a completely different situation, and we'll be close to full strength, you know, minus Rodney. So I'm very optimistic about it, you know, with us coming back at full strength, us being an experienced team. You know, who's going to come back in shape? Who's going to come back ready? You know, I feel like it's an opportunity even more for us to make a real push. And then once that happens, you know, anything can happen more than any other time this year because of, you know, the circumstances. So I'm going to be ready to try to take advantage of this when the season comes back for sure.
Are you at all concerned about the season not coming back if this carries on too far into the summer?
Yeah, I am. I think I'm definitely a little bit worried that that's a possibility. But I'm encouraged because I know that the league is doing everything in their power to make sure that it does. So I know that if we don't come back, that it'll be for the right reasons, you know, and it'll be for the sake of all of our health, and that's what's first. But you know, I think that at some point we will be back, and if not, you know, I think it'll be a great reason for that.
I mean, do you have a preference in terms of starting up this season again, but then pushing next season back, or would you rather just start next season as scheduled, even if that meant not finishing out this season?
I wouldn't want to do nothing to sacrifice us starting when we start. Even if that meant, you know, we got to shorten the playoff series or, you know, a tournament or a 1-game elimination tournament for the final, you know, few teams that was in the playoff race. And then, you know, however they got to do it. But I'm not a big fan of them pushing the start of the season back, because then that pushes everything back. And I just don't want to – I really ain't a fan of that happening.
Dame, you're so good when you guys are in contact at the team facility and stuff, of being someone who encourages people to do everything they possibly can do. What are you doing, even though you can't be with your teammates? How are you communicating with them right now to encourage them to take advantage of this time as much as possible to be ready whenever y'all get the call back?
I mean, it's pretty consistent on our group chat, our team group chat, you know, guys chiming in and making conversation and stuff like that. So we're in touch. And then I've had side conversations with, you know, a lot of the guys. Like I've been talking to Melo, I've been talking to CJ, I've talked to Merrick, I talked to Zach, I've talked to Hoodie. Like me and Ant was just talking like 2 days ago. Like we had a pretty solid conversation about just, you know, what he could be doing to get better and how I made this strides from my first year to my second year. And so I think that's, you know, just staying in touch with each other is a big thing, you know, aside from, you know, you should be training and kind of telling. I mean, there's more important things happening right now, more serious things happening right now. But it's definitely been a discussion. You're just talking about training and most importantly, staying in touch with each other.
Hey, Dan, you mentioned that you wouldn't be in favor of anything that pushed the season back any more than it would be normally. And I'm curious, you know, the league has long talked about the possibility of starting on Christmas Day and then pushing in through the summer, and this would be an opportunity to try that. How do you think the players would react to that, a season that went into the summer, every year? Do you think they'd be in favor of that?
I don't think so. I just don't see it. I mean, the season starting when it starts now, and then, you know, February All-Star weekend, and then getting toward the end of the season in April and going into the playoffs. You get that early June finals, and then you get to go off into, you know, your summer. You get to enjoy like real-time summer. You know, our break is during the summer, and then you come back as the summer is leaving. Like, I think that's been perfect. I think it's been perfect for us. So for that to change and, you know, things to be pushed back, I'm definitely not a fan of that, and I just don't see many guys being a fan of that.
Have you thought about what it's going to be like if, you know, let's say that, you know, when they do resume the season, it's at, you know, some isolated location, they aren't able to have fans, and, you know, have you thought about kind of what that would be like as a player to play without a crowd or without, you know, being able to feed off of that energy?
I mean, that would be weird. I don't know if I've ever done that. I played in a small conference, so I've been in some pretty empty gyms. And in high school, I played in a few empty gyms too. So I've done it, but it would be so much more. Like when I was in high school, we didn't really think nobody had a reason to just show up. You know, now we in the NBA, like this is the best of the best. People, we pack crowds and we play in front of thousands and thousands of people. So to go and have that same energy and warm up and playing music and all that stuff before the game, and then we get there, like, and it's just us against them and the referees. Like, if only 10 people can be in one place, like, can everybody play? You know what I'm saying? Like 10 people on the court at once, and we subbing in and out. So like, how does that work? It'll definitely be weird though. It'll be different.